afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The name is MetalMan20. Now, the thing is, I know, I'm just like with a lot of other stuff I've done lately, this is late. Like, I wanted to get this out like a week and a half ago. Because this new update, patch 13, came out like, what, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I only made one video, which was like the update, and that was like over a week ago. So, yeah. Really, I'm sorry, I really am. Work has been a pain. It has just been, it's draining, alright? And I know I'm making stupid excuses, because there's so many people who can do the, full-time job, and do streaming, and YouTube, and all this, and that's why I will forever have high praise, and I will always just be, have awe at the fact that they can do all that. I will always be impressed by that, because it's like, how the hell do you manage to do, your full-time job, and then you come home, and you stream, and you do YouTube videos, and you edit, and you do all this stuff. I just don't get it. And I know at some point, I do want to do editing full-time, at some point. I do. Just, it sucks, because I can't prove it that I'm decent at that, and I can do these things timely, because my full-time job already is getting in the way. And you know what, I'm already going completely off topic. Damn it! Alright. Sorry, it's like I've said, I've been exhausted and I'm tired and I wanted to get this out like a week ago. I'm sorry, it's my fault, it's on me. On a happy note, I hope that everyone is doing great so far. I hope your week has been doing good. So, whether you are a returning viewer or you might be new, you might have discovered this video by chance because you might have started playing Spin Rhythm and you might be new and you might be wondering, you saw the title. Tutorial update. What the hell does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. The tutorial has been completely revamped, re-updated, or updated, and it's so much better. I mean, the original tutorial was pretty good. I mean, look, it wasn't amazing, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It wasn't the best, but it got the job done and it was still decent. This, on the other hand, is so much more detailed. There's so much more stuff. Because when the game first came out in 2019, early access, October, there wasn't really a lot going for it. It was still even back then in the very first few weeks, it was fun. But, there wasn't a lot to it. There wasn't a lot of mechanics yet. Now, about 2 years later, XD difficulty, so many new mechanics, so many new things that have been added. And let's face it, the tutorial needed to be updated. So that's why this update happened. And I'm here to go over all 4 new difficulties, which is the tutorials. We're gonna go over all 4 tutorials for easy, normal, hard, and XD. And we're going to see how to play this game together. And, by the way, just a little fun fact, I may pause the video every now and then, because I might have a few extra bonus things to say that this tutorial might not, that might not go into. But I will. Maybe. Without further ado, let's get this show on the road! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again, MetalMan20. Welcome to the main menu of Spin Rhythm XD. You have Arcade, Live, Challenge, Customs, Options. And if you just don't want to have fun, there's the exit menu. But you know what? I'm sure we're all here to have fun, so we'll ignore that. Get this out of here. So, in case you want to know just how to find said tutorials, all you have to do is go into the arcade, and we'll see what we can do. So, what used to happen, you can't see it now. Also, whoa. Okay, I'm here. I'm on the right corner. I'm kind of blocking something. Let me just go and, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. So can we just stop for a second? Alright. Sorry. Just the music. I gotta turn my mic down a little bit. That music's getting the music's getting loud, I'm not gonna lie. It's distracting me for a second. My apologies. So, to find the tutorial before this update came out, you have to go and look in the actual track list. You have to go and it was next to random. It wasn't just something where it's oh, you just look and there it is. Or, it's not just be hey, what's the tutorial? Can I just go in this menu here and find it? No. You have to go into the actual track list and then boom, bada bing, bada boom. It was there for you to find. Granted, wasn't very noticeable. I'm pretty sure there were a lot of new people who just were like, where's the tutorial? How do you play this? What is happening? Well, now with this update, you can see right here, the tutorial. The tutorial is here. And now, as you can see, there's the easy tutorial, normal, hard, and XD. That's when things get really tricky. But for now, let us begin with the easy tutorial. Now, match notes. You must move the wheel to match the note color. And there you go. There you go, it's there. Hey. Hey, hello. Metalman 20 here. Really sorry about the pause, but like I said at the beginning, there might have been one or two few instances where I had to pause. So, as you could see from the video just now, the screen was showing that the mouse, you didn't have to click, you didn't have to do anything to move the wheel. All you had to do was just take the mouse and move it and the wheel would move. There's something in the accessibility menu. Click to move. That is, I'll be honest, I cannot remember, but it was on I can't remember if it was default or not. But click to move is essentially an option where to move the wheel, you actually have to click on the mouse to then, and hold it to grab the wheel and then you can spin it. It's not, if you had click to move turned off, then you just use the mouse and move it and the wheel moves automatically. And that's just what I wanted to show you. It's just a little helpful hint from Mr. Metalman 20. Back to the video. I hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're having a great time. Sorry for the interruption. All you have to do is match the color. That's it. Boop, boop, boop. Ba, ba, boop, boop, boop. All right. Success! And that's how it's done. And now, to spin and tap, you must move the wheel quickly. And then, after the spin and you get to the tap note, you have to tap. You have to press the tap wheel button. Boop. Nailed it! All right. And then scratches. That's the last thing you will learn for this first bit, for easy. All you have to do is just go left to right, left to right. Oh! All right. And with that, it is complete. That is what you do for easy. Pretty straightforward, pretty basic. All you have to do is just move the mouse. Make sure that the correct color is facing the note. So if it's a blue note, and what you saw was a match note. So every note actually has a title. And I actually went over what they were in the last video when I was talking about this update. So it's about 8, 9 minutes. You know what, forget it, screw it. Roll the clip. We now have 4 separate tutorials that quickly teach all of the game mechanics, one note at a time, and in a way that is relevant to the difficulty level the player is attempting to play. So for easy, match notes, spins with a tap at the end, and scratches. Normal, hold notes and tap notes. Hard, beats and hold note releases. XD, beat holds and beat hold releases. So yeah, those are what all the notes are called. And the thing is, again, those are match notes. So all you do is, it showed you. You just have to match the color with the wheel. So spin the wheel. If it's a red note, boom, make sure it's on the red side. Make sure the wheel red side's facing it, and vice versa with blue. And with spins, you just go boom or boom. You gotta click, spring it, bleh, there you go. And then you have to hit. And also it completely depends on what your mapping is. And the cool thing is, I'm not gonna actually get to show it because I don't really have any other control schemes that I use per se. But for example, if you use a controller, it will show you how to actually hit those notes with the controller and with like keyboard and with like if you have a turntable. Basically, whatever control scheme you're using, it will automatically know what it is. It will tell you what the button input is, depending on what your control scheme is. And then scratch notes. Just move left and right, like you're scratching. You know, like. So yeah, that's how you do it. So that's easy. Now for normal, let's see what tricks are up its sleeve for normal. Now for this one, for tap notes, these are tap notes. Boom! You have to move the wheel to match the note color, and then press the tap button. Boop, boop, boop. And there you go. Now, these are hold notes. And for these, all you have to do is press and then you hold. Ooh, hey.
Let's try again.
That didn't happen. We're just gonna pretend that wasn't a thing. Also, in case you're wondering what this bar is, I'm sure you're wondering. You might be. All I'm gonna say right now, don't worry about that. Don't worry about the bar. That's something that doesn't actually have to do with the game. It's a mod. It works very well, but it's not to do with the base game. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. That's not for that. Also, I just realized something. So many awesome new mods out for this game. So many members of the community have made some amazing, awesome stuff for this game, and I think we're gonna have to make a video on that. I mean, I'm not gonna make one for every single mod, but I might just go ahead and show a few. But you know what? If enough people want to see it, gosh darn it, I will make a video on that. And just, it'll just be a showcase. It'll be like, here's a bunch of awesome mods that people made, and this is what they do. Yeah. So, that was normal. There are it shows you the tap notes, and then it shows you the hold notes. And that was the other two, those were the two new things added. Now, with HUD, oh, this is when things get difficult. Not very extremely difficult, mind you. Oh no, we're not there yet. But the difficulty does get kicked up a notch. So, let's see where we can go. Oh, now these are with beats. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause for a second. So, the default for beats is actually the spacebar. That is what the default is. Now, the reason it's saying S is because with my control scheme, which, again, pretty wacky control scheme, so things might be confusing especially if you are interested in how other people play, and you might be it gets a little confusing if you're not sure about how this game works yet. But basically, I have another note. I use the S key for alternate beat notes. So if there's a section with like rapid beat notes, by the way, those are usually in customs. There's really no section in the base game that has that. But there are some sections in customs where some people might go a little overboard with the space with the beat notes. Rushy, roll, went a little overboard with that. But that's how it goes. Anywho, that's basically what I used. I used the S and the spacebar. Just wanted to clear things up. Back to it. But for this, we are using the spacebar because that is again the default.
All right.
6 years. Oh, now these are release notes. Okay, this does get a little tricky. Especially because now this is where, like I said, this is where the difficulty spike kicks in. So now, if you saw that, there's arrows at the end of a release note. So you have to actually, you click, boom. And that's how it's done. And the reason that this is where things start to get tricky is because, my god, so many things are being added now. So many different mechanics. Now you have your tap notes, you have your match notes, you have your hold notes, you have your beat notes, you have your hold releases. And that's why hard, and then, by the way, the only reason there's not a tutorial for Expert is because Expert has everything that hard has, only now things get even more difficult. That is really where the challenge cranks up a bit. Because basically, you just have a lot more notes being added with the same mechanics that you learned from the first 3. And that's where things get tricky. And now, XD, I cannot, again, for anyone who might be a new player and you want to really get into this, I want you to understand something. If you think you're really good at Expert and you want to jump into XD and it seems like you can't do it and there's so much crap going on and you're just like, this is ridiculous, don't be ashamed of that. Because I guarantee you, every single player, I was here, and like I said, I've been playing this since the first week. When XD first came out, it wasn't even that. There was, like, we got access to the beta. Like, the devs, like, David Wobb, amazing person. David Wobb gave us all access to the beta for when XD came out. Like, it was basically, like, in batches. It wasn't just like the devs released every single chart for XD for every single song. At that point, there was only, like, I think 36? No, they did it in batches. So, for, like, the first patch, we got to see 9. We got to see XD charts for the first 9. Oh, New Game. New Game is just, it was hilarious because New Game is like the easiest song on the first 4 difficulties, but then on XD, oh no! oh, I remember, I was just like, oh well, okay, this is it. This is more difficult than XD. I've mastered Expert at that point, and I was like, you know what? It can't be that bad. Boom! I failed out in like the first 10 seconds. That is how ridiculous. That was how extreme the difficulty spike was between Expert and XD. It was wild. It was absolutely batshit crazy, and it was amazing. I mean, granted, ever since patch 11, that was when all the charts got reworked, and not gonna lie, a lot of them got kind of nerfed. Some were minor, some were a lot more major. By the way, I still have a series that I'm trying to finish up with that. God, I have so many projects I'm backed up on. Anywho, bottom line, TLDR, XD, the spike of difficulty, the jump between Expert and XD is massive. So don't be ashamed if it's just like it's very difficult and you just can't seem to figure it out. Trust me, it took me so many hours, and it took a lot of players so many hours to get the hang of it. And I know you can too. And if you want to know what makes XD so difficult, well, let's dive in and find out. Now we have the beat holds. So it's not even just tapping at this point. You have to push and then you have to hold it. You have to hold the beat note in order to be able to do that. And now there's beat hold releases. And one of them, you know what, I'll explain it after this. I will explain it after this. But see, now you can see an arrow. It might be a little faint, especially it might depend on your control, your color scheme, but I'm sure you can see it. So boom, pop. Now, the thing I want to tell you about is, before patch 11, every single beat hold had a beat release. So there was some sections. When I said there was some songs that got massively nerfed, Flight. You know, honestly, when I get to the series that I'm going to work on, when I get to Flight, that's going to be such a fun video and example to show, because you are going to see so many changes that happened from the original chart and the new chart that got reworked. Because now, with patch 11, after patch 11 happened, like, basically, I'm not going to say that all beat releases got wiped out. That's obviously not the case. But they were severely limited. They were like, I don't remember the exact numbers, but basically like 85+% of beat releases were gone. and they were just regular beat holds where then you just push it and you can hold it and keep it there, and if you don't let go, you don't get penalized for it. But, you know, for all the beat hold releases, you have to let go, because if you forget to let go of the beat release, then, you know, I mean, you break the combo, you lose your PFC pace, your FC pace, whatever pace you're on, boom, it's gone, it's gone forever. Flew out the window, boom, crash, it's gone. Gone. And there's no getting it back. It will not return. Point is, it's difficult. And that is what made XD so difficult. The change of speed. The song chart was at its max speed of the, you know, the speed, because, you know, now it's just like with any other rhythm game. You know, it's the easier the difficulty, the slower the track speed of the actual track. But once you get to the highest difficulty, you're going at its full maximum speed. So there's that. There was the beat holds, there was the beat releases, and just everything. So many new sections, so many patterns, so many complex things that you just were not expecting when you were playing Expert. You're like, oh, okay, you know what, Expert, not that bad. But then, oh, XD, that leap. That is I want to say that is the biggest barrier that you have to break. For any new player, I want to say this flat out right now. That is going to be the biggest jump. And the biggest barrier to, boom, bash through and conquer. It's just that leap between Expert and XD. And then once you are able to get the hang of it, and you stop practicing, and you just keep playing, you keep practicing. I know that sounds so corny, that sounds so basic, but it's true. The more you play and the more you practice, the better you get. And I can tell you right now, that's what makes this game so damn rewarding. It's so satisfying when you get a new PB, when you see that record and it's like personal best of PB, and whether it's just, you know, you go from a D to a C to a B to an A to an A+, A to a freaking S, FC, PFC, it's just, you feel so good because you know that you did it. It was you got there and you conquered the beast. And it's just like the most satisfying thing in the world. And that is the new tutorial system. So, without further ado, I mean, I got nothing else to say. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. Really sorry again for taking so goddamn long to get this video out. I'm not gonna lie. I was going to try and record a bunch of stuff to do a fun video, like a fun intro, something funny, something kind of Halloween related. But then I spent like a week trying to edit all this crap, and it's just like, I'm exaggerating. I was working on it for like 3-4 days, and I couldn't. Maybe it would have been slightly funny to me, but then the more I kept trying to edit and actually make it coherent, then it looked so stupid. I couldn't do it. It was too cringy. I just could not go through with it. So, yeah, I tossed that to the wayside. Yeah. So that's also what. So, this wasn't a basic intro, but I wish I could have done something, because I am really trying hard to work and improve on my editing a lot. I mean, granted, I can see myself improving, especially compared to when I started back in 2016. Oh boy, those are days I do not want to look back on. But there's always room to improve, and that's the main point of it. Anywho, those were the tutorials. Again, Middleman20. Hope you enjoyed the video. Obviously, if you didn't, you know, the dislike button is it. It's your opinion. I respect it. But yeah, granted, if you did like the video, the like button's right down there too. And there's nothing else to say. Have a great night. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Tomorrow is Thursday. Oh, but actually, tonight's Wednesday recording, but as the fact I'm releasing this tomorrow, it will be Thursday. And it will be a day before Friday, and after that, it's the weekend. The beginning of the weekend, you know, if you're doing school. And if you're doing work, then, yeah. Oh. Why am I so bad at ending these videos? Have a good night. I'm done. Freaking good. Ow! Ow! I just slammed the. Damn it! Where's my drink? I need my rum. Captain Morgan bullshit. Done. Bye. That was. I'm so done. Later.